Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
Golden Ricketts, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
I am well. You've made my night. Before we get started, please go ahead and big up the greatest parish in Jamaica.
You're putting me on the spot. So I'm gonna big up St. Thomas because I was born there, and I'm also gonna big up St. Andrew because I grew up there.
I love that. I'll take that. 14.94 games record. You weren't playing about tonight, were you?
No, I definitely knew that the girls were coming out here to fight, so I had to bring my A game and war them.
What got you going? Was it the cold or was it something else?
It's the cold. I like competing in the cold for some strange reason, but then after the first jump, I feel like it got even colder, and then the breeze started changing. So, yeah, I don't know.
What's next for you in terms of achievement? Because this is your greatest career medal, isn't it?
Yes. Apart from the World Championships, yes, this is my first gold. So what's next? I have the Monaco Diamond League next week, and I'm also going to be participating at the Knockout Championships in Bahamas.
Amazing stuff. And how does it feel to inspire the little kids in St. Thomas? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them with their eyes gripped to the screen saying, I want to be like Golden Ricketts.
Yes, definitely. I hope to be an inspiration to them. I hope they see themselves in me. If them foot long, them can try the triple jump. You know, if them slim, them can try the triple jump or even high jump.
What if them have short foot?
If them have short foot, then can try to cast about foot short too.
Amazing. Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I feel happy from UK, you know.
Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I feel happy from UK, you know.
See the moonlights on the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Talawa TV is in the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Got a corner on the telephone. Yeah, this is the Ocean of the Messenger, and you're watching Talawa TV with the host and best. Stu Davis, take it away.
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
See the moonlights on the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Talawa TV is in the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Got a corner on the telephone. Yeah, this is the Ocean of the Messenger, and you're watching Talawa TV with the host and best. Stu Davis, take it away.
I won't pull it up no more. Don't worry. We're not going to do no more rewinds. Happy Sunday to you all you guys there in the comment section. Good evening, good afternoon, possibly good morning. All depends on where you're based in the world. We're all the 3 points collectors. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know if only let me know if both your men and your women's team secured the all-important 3 points this weekend. I know a lot of you in the comment section, so you won't need to clarify on which team you support because I know you guys by now. So let me go ahead and take a little quick peep in the comment section, see who I've got. Mr. Scott, good evening, sir. How you doing? How's your weekend been? How's your football teams treating you? And Sebastian as well. Good to have you guys in the comment section. I think this is my first Reggae Girlz Weekend of Action preview show since the start of the year. Came back for you guys on Monday, and we looked at the kit. We did a review on the new Adidas kit. If I come out the way just a little bit, you guys can actually see it behind me. I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story. Probably wondering, based off the review that I gave you guys on Monday, how comes I've managed to hang the kit up, the home jersey, I should say, in collaboration with Wales Bonner. If you've missed that video, you can go back and watch it. That video is about maybe 5 days old now because I did do it on, coming up to maybe a week old. I did do it on Monday. So you guys can go ahead and watch my review of the Adidas kit, our first set of Adidas kit. Decent collection. So if you want to hear my opinion on that, then go ahead and tune in to my review after this show is concluded, though. Don't do it right now. I hope you guys have been hitting the like button, by the way. I do hope you've been hitting the like button. So like I said, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a backstory into that jersey of mine's, cemented right in the middle. I tried to place it in the middle. It's actually next to my Tiffany Cameron jersey, which was given to me back in November of last year. After our home game at the National Stadium. And I'm obviously referring to the Reggae Girlz because it is all about the Reggae Girlz. I'm going to go a little bit off topic and touch on a few things in the wider world, in society, and also tell you guys about that jersey behind me and how I managed to get my claws on it all for free. See, the jerseys are going for £70 per jersey. That's adult sizes. I believe junior sizes is £50. Adult sizes is £70. So that's a hefty price. So I was given that jersey for free over the weekend, yesterday, a matter of fact. And here's how this one happened. And it did actually catch me by surprise. Let me try and see if I can do a little screen share for you guys. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and bring up the headline. And if you don't want to read the headline, I'll go ahead and read it for you. Bunny Shaw bossing it in the WSL. That's the Women's Super League, top flight of women's football in England, for those of you who are wondering. Kayla, McCoy and Unbreakable Rangers march on in the Scottish Cup. All that and more. So let me go ahead and bring up that screen share there for you guys. I'm going to try and see if I can round this all off in 30 minutes. I don't know if that's possible, but I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to see if I can wrap everything up in 30 minutes. So let's see if I can bring up my first screen share for you guys, give you guys a little bit of a backstory. And on Saturday, I was blessed to be invited to a collaborative event alongside Versus. And you guys must be familiar with Versus if you're deep diving into your football. You must be familiar with them. If you're sorry guys, if you're not, I would advise you to follow them on all platforms, on Instagram and also on Twitter as well. So they did a collaboration with Adidas, as you can see there, Jamaica Club. This is a wonderful design. And like I said, it was held on Saturday, and it was a host of events. And my part, I was part of a panel with, it was hosted by the mastermind. Let me just put this aside for a second. The mastermind, Mayawa Quadri from Versus. And we pretty much, the conversation was centered around the Reggae Girlz. Obviously, it's about celebrating the launch, the collaboration between Wales Bonner, Adidas and Jamaica, looking at the launch of the new Jamaica football kit, which is belongs to both the Reggae Girlz and also the Reggae Boys as well, because obviously it is the national football kit, so it doesn't belong to one particular team. You probably hear a few people now and again saying it's the new Reggae Boys kit. They are dead wrong. If it was down to the Reggae Boys alone, we wouldn't be donning Adidas, that's for sure. If I was to play politics and try to stir the pot a bit, I could easily call it the Reggae Girlz kit, because I think it's safe to say that without the achievements of the Reggae Girlz, we would definitely not be having Adidas as our sponsor. And for those of you who are unaware, the Reggae Girlz are in the driving seat, firmly looking ahead to the upcoming Women's World Cup taking place in Australia and New Zealand. Second time on the bounce qualifying for a Women's World Cup. So like I said, this event here was hosted on Saturday in collaboration with Versus and Adidas. And the main focus, which I absolutely adored, was about the Reggae Girlz. Literally, I think there was vague reference to the Reggae Boys, and I think it was me that put their name into the hat. For obvious reasons, but the main center focus was all about the Reggae Girlz, which I was all for, because you already know that's what we do on the platform. And we spoke about the launch of the kit, culture-wise, what does it mean for Jamaica? I'm going to try and see if I can get some footage of that. I saw that Versus had a few photographers roaming the space. I'm not sure if they had videographers. They probably did, and if they do, then I'll try and see if I can secure some footage for you guys. But all in all, it was a wonderful occasion, and being able to rub shoulders with some of the greats in the industry, focusing on football culture, heavy emphasis on the Reggae Girlz, was an absolute honor. My highlights of the day's event, I call it a day's event. The panel conversation actually kicked off at 5 o'clock, but me being me, not wanting to be late, I think I arrived around maybe 2 something, and then pretty much left around maybe maybe some minutes after 9, close to 10 o'clock, because like I said, it was a day's event. Had the panelist conversation during the evening hours, and then the nighttime pretty much turned into a you want to call it a rave, you can go ahead and call it a rave, a social affair, whichever way you want to spin it. And it was great to bump into a couple industry friends as well. I say industry friends, but I really shouldn't say that. Friends is what I really should be framing it as, because that is literally what it is. I say industry friends because we met in the football industry and have become friends out of it. And of course, going back to the panel conversation, they started handing out football jerseys. So they were like, yeah, we've got a jersey for you to wear. And I was like, beg your pardon. That one caught me off guard. Was not expecting that. Like I said to you guys, based off my review, I'm not telling no one not to go and buy the home or the away jersey. I do have my reservations about both kits, but please, by all means, go ahead and spend the cash, support both the women's and the men's team, and get your jerseys, be it the home or the away kits. I did say to you guys that if I were to make a purchase, then I would go for the home jersey, because I prefer it of the two. Thankfully, I won't have to spend the cash, because £70 is a hefty amount of money to spend on a kit. So if I just remove this here, you should be able to see it in my background. What way should I go? There you go. Just right behind me, this one right here, the home Adidas jersey. You might see me wear it a couple of times. I did wear it yesterday for the purpose of the conversation, and like I said, it is a neat kit, so I'm pretty sure you guys will see me in it a couple times. And you're probably wondering, why am I wearing sunglasses? Because I've been getting headaches on and off, and I'm sat in front of like 2 lights. I got the roof light, and I've also got the ring light as well. And obviously that's not good for headaches. So hence the sunglasses, to try and keep the brightness out of my eyes a bit. So good evening to you guys there in the comments section. I'm going to get on my skates and I'm going to move on with the purpose of tonight's show. Let me just take a quick little glance. Thank you. I'm doing great. I don't have a favorite team. Any team the Reggae Girlz play for, I support. I figured that would be the case. I can't knock you. Playing it safe. I like that. Good evening, Mr. Mills. How are you? How you doing? I'm on the road. I'll catch you when I reach my phone back. Okay, well, I hope you get home safe. I hope you're not driving. Can't be driving and using your phone at the same time. By the way, guys, the phone lines is open. I forgot to say that at the start of the show, but the phone line is open. So if you want to give me a call between now and maybe say 5 minutes towards the ending of the show, you're more than welcome to do that. I haven't seen you a while. I think the last time we spoke, you were in Jamaica, right? I hope you're in good health. Hope the family are okay. Mr. Evans, good day to yourself. I hope you guys have hit the like button, because look who's in the room, guys. The freshest god on the planet. Don't let him have to tell you twice. Do go ahead and hit that like button. Saw you at the Adidas. A few people have like messaged me saying that I wish I actually took. I do have videos, but I'm pretty sure if I put them up, YouTube will give me a copyright, because it has the music in the background, right? They were playing dancehall and reggae music last night, obviously, to tie into the occasion when you're looking at culture and reggae and Jamaica, the Reggae Girlz and the Reggae Boys. So hence the music, the choice of the music select. The DJ was on point last night, by the way, so kudos to the DJ, and massive shout out to Versus for bringing having me in mind. A huge big up to Mayowa as well. That one did catch me by surprise. And like I said, it's an absolute honor and a privilege to be on a panel conversation for said discussion. Night Rider, you are driving as well. Stay safe, people. Stay safe. I don't like the driving and the using the phone at the same time. So rope it in, park that to one side, drop the phone. You're more than welcome to, I don't know, just let the video play. Let the video play if you are driving. Definitely don't pick that phone up. And do what the man says, guys. Go ahead and hit that like button. Will you be live streaming the Nations Cup? I'm going to dive into that later on. Hopefully time permits. Down under comes with a bit of an awkward timing, doesn't it? It's not the best of times. It's not ideal. I can tell you that. But I am going to try and see if I can go ahead and do some live streaming for you guys. I'll try my best. It probably means I'll have to change my sleeping pattern because the times are just ridiculous. And I do tend to work in the evening, so it should work out for me. It should work out for me. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to backtrack. If you did watch my last live stream, probably sound a little bit repetitive. It is intentional because I just want to touch on the recent earthquake which occurred in Syria and Turkey. We did talk about the devastating impact of both earthquakes. And again, just to echo what I said on my recent live streams, thoughts and prayers to those affected by the devastating earthquake in Turkey and also in Syria as well. And on the show, we did talk about the former Newcastle United man, Christian Atsu. There's been multiple stories floating around the air about Christian Atsu's whereabouts, and we're going to just go over to one of the most trusted football journalists that I know, a mentor of mine's. She's since given us a update on my live stream on Monday. Supposedly came across a report from a reputable, I think she put reputable in quotation marks, guys, reputable journalist informed the world that ex Newcastle United player Christian Atsu was found after being trapped under a rubble. And since then, we've been given like updates in drips and drabs. I don't know, can you guys see? You can't. So what I have to do is just bring back the shared screen. And what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to lean on what I like to call a trusted journalist. And like I said, a mentor of mine's, one of the best in the game. You can go ahead and follow her, by the way. Clearly, you can see what her bio says on Twitter. Mimi Flowers, if you're not familiar with her, I don't know, maybe you live under a rock. If you love African football, then this is definitely the account to be following. Multiple award-winning journalists for BBC Africa, BBC Sports, BBC World, and she does an excellent job covering all things African football and more. I'm going to try and see if I can avoid a copyright here. So I'm going to scroll down. Some good news here if you're a follower of African football, as reported by the trusted Mimi Flowers. Ghana FA announced Chris Hughton as the new head coach of the Black Stars. Task ahead will be to qualify for the AFCON. I'm going to try and scroll down. I know there's a video here somewhere and I don't want it to play because I might get flagged for it. So I'm just scrolling down slowly, and I think I can stop there. At the bottom of the screen, you should be able to read this one. And if you don't want to read it, again, adding to what I said in my last live stream some days ago, this is an update here from what I call one of the most trusted sports reporters. And it says Christian Atsu's partner spoke to the BBC about the time that she had heard he had been rescued, right? But then 11 hours later, the children heard on the radio he wasn't rescued. She still has hopes that he's alive. So it's quite a distasteful and disgraceful act to, when you're dealing with such a delicate situation, to go out of your way to be. I hate this thing that journalists do where they try to be the first to do certain things, the first to report on certain stories. Like when you're dealing with delicate matters, I don't know where you find it in your heart to actually put certain stories out there. I say I don't know, and in all honesty, I don't want to know because it's quite sick and twisted at best. We've since also heard from Black Stars captain Andre Ayew. He said, "I'm very sad, very down. The whole of Ghana is praying for Atsu to be good and okay. He was a great national team asset." And again, that came from Andre Ayew. That was about over 13 hours ago. So if you are keeping an eye on that story, a bit like myself, then hopefully we'll be able to hear some good news, some reliable news. I think the club, from what I read, were also told about Atsu being found as well, which again is just silly games that people play when they try to be the first to break stories because they want to be seen as the reputable one, and they end up with eggs on their faces when that is far from the truth. So again, to those victims out there and the families, so everyone who's affected by the recent earthquakes in Turkey and Syria, thoughts and prayers are definitely with you guys. And it's not just about Christian Atsu. Hopefully we can hear some encouraging news, because everything at the moment just seems like heavily depressing when it comes to the earthquake, as expected, right? But the number of like deaths just keeps on rising. Kind of wants some things to just calm down. But yeah, at the moment it's pretty devastating. So I hope that we'll hear some good news, not just about Christian Atsu, because there's other life here at stake, but for all those involved. Hopefully we'll begin to hear more positive news, right? So I thought I need to update you guys on that, because I did give you a brief update. Unfortunately, at that time, the journalists that put themselves out there claiming to be award-winning and reputable really should be ashamed of themselves. I'm going to push forward and give you guys I think it was Malik in the comment section that touched on the Cup of Nations, the Reggae Girlz going down under. Safe travels to the Reggae Girlz. Believe they're flying out tomorrow, so safe travels to the team. You're in for a long ride, so make sure you put your feet up. I hope the Federation have done the good thing, and I hope that they've booked you guys in business class, because you're going there to handle business, right? So hopefully you guys have seats in business class. If you don't have business class tickets, Lord help you, because you are going to be bruised by the time you land. If you've never experienced jet lag, pretty sure you've all, you're frequent travelers, I'm pretty sure you've all experienced jet lag. If you've not experienced jet lag before, to any of those reggae girls that's traveling, you're about to. Can't say I envy you, because I definitely don't. But safe travel to each and every one of you. Grab the opportunity with both hands. It's a wonderful opportunity to remind the gaffer Lorne Donaldson of your capabilities, what you're capable of. So you should be able to see the squad here in front of you. Not sure if you can read that one. I see if I can click on it. Should be able to read it now. I'm pretty sure you guys have been all across the Reggae Girlz. Again, apologies for being quiet on this one. It's not just the Reggae Girlz. I've been pretty much under the radar for a number of weeks now. I think it was close to maybe even 2 months, and I did tell you guys in my community section on the YouTube channel my reason for just taking a step back and keeping a low profile. Again, thank you to those of you for your condolences, those of you who send me text messages, subscribers, friends, players. I definitely appreciate your show of support. So like I said, you guys you love the Reggae Girlz just as much as I do, so I don't really need to tell you certain things, because I'm confident that you do know the latest. But in case you've missed out on one or two bit of information there, you should know by now that unfortunately our skipper is available. unavailable, I should say, for the pending fixtures there on the horizon due to personal reasons. Don't ask me to deep dive into personal reasons. It's basically, let me just remind people, when you see the term personal reasons, it's basically a polite way of saying mind your business. We don't really need to know the ins and outs of everything that goes on behind closed doors. Sometimes things need to be kept in private and in-house for a number of reasons. So on this occasion, our skipper Bunny Shaw is unavailable due to personal reasons. And since then, we have I know it's two of you guys' favorite players that you can rely on, and I trust that they will deliver given the opportunity to do so. That's none other than Tiffany Cameron and Kayla McCoy. They've been called up. Just to clarify before I confuse you all, Shania Hales actually replaced Bunny Shaw, and then after that, Cameron and McCoy, who originally weren't part of this squad list that you guys are looking at, have now been called up for the pending games. What that means, sometimes we do stuff that it just doesn't make sense. You're probably wondering, does that mean a few players are going to be pulled from the squad? I've still yet to figure that out because I am scratching my head a bit. I'm still trying to be like, okay, so two names have been added. Yes, Shania Hales is a direct replacement for Bunny, obviously, because they did paint that obvious for us. Not that they needed to, given the position that both players play in. But then they've gone a step further. Not that I'm here to complain, definitely not complaining of that lovely bit of news. Cameron and McCoy being called up. I don't know if that means two players will be dropped. I'd like to think not, because it is friendlies, right? I would like to think that it just means that you're just going with more players than you initially anticipated. I wouldn't like to see someone get dropped. Of the players in mind, they've been competing for their respective clubs this weekend, so there's no injuries there that I could identify, which is a wonderful thing. So good evening, happy Sunday. How are you, Miss Brown? How you doing? Good day to yourself. I'm gonna keep it on the Cup of Nations, actually. Just looking at my tabs so that I don't confuse myself. I think it's a good idea for us to actually, let me do something different. Let's just go ahead and remind ourselves of our opponents for those of you who might have forgotten. And then we could just look at the opponents and then just move on very swiftly to the purpose of today's conversation, which is to obviously look at the girls at club level competing for their respective clubs. You should be able to see this one on your screen in front of you. Sorry if it's a little bit small. I'll go ahead and read it for you. It does focus on the Cup of Nations there, and we'll be taking on the likes of Spain, Czech Republic, and this year's women's co-host for the World Cup, Australia. Australia will be co-hosting the 2023 Women's World Cup alongside New Zealand. So that's three mouth-watering fixtures there for you guys to look forward to. And it's been like a desire, a wish for the majority of you in the comment section. You want to see your girls taking on respected opponents. Not to say that the opponents up until this point aren't respected. I'm talking about FIFA ranking and achievements. You want to see the team going up against a few of the heavyweights in the world. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick little glance at their positioning of where they're at in terms of the world ranking. I think the last time that the women's world ranking was updated was towards the latter stages of last year, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a quick little look. Yeah, it says it was early December, so December 9th to be precise. So the first team that we can look at here is Spain, and as you can see, they make up the top 10. They're cemented in the 7th position. And if we scroll down and look at the Czech Republic, they shouldn't be that hard to find. You can see them there. Hope you guys are making a mental note of this. 28th, and we're also looking for Australia. And if I go back up, you guys can see Australia, right? So they are well respected countries. Again, I think it's teams that you guys have been pleading and wanting the Reggae Girlz to take on, well respected in the world of football, and also obviously the world ranking as well. Get to take on Australia once more. Do I need to remind you guys what happened the last time we played them? It's a Sunday, so I'm going to keep things happy. And I am going to be looking forward to the Cup of Nations. Someone asked, am I going to be doing live streams on the game? Let's see if it's even feasible. If I go back over to this, what do you call it? If I go back over to the, if I go back over to Google, I should be able to take a quick little glance at the fixtures and the times. Times are looking quite horrific. So it's saying 5 a.m. in the morning and these are UK times, right? Because Google is giving me the search based off my location. So if you're based in the UK, bit like myself, and you want to watch the Cup of Nations, pending that we can find a way to tune into the games. The first one is kicking off on Thursday, bright and early. If you're not a morning person, this one's going to be a sore one. 5 in the morning, followed by Sunday. Now, that's going to be a painful one. 3:50 in the morning, where we take on Czech Republic and wrap things up 8 a.m. in the morning against Australia on February the 22nd. So don't take too much, don't read too much into my dates and my times if you're not in the UK, because it's pretty much irrelevant to you. If you're in Jamaica, I'm 5 hours ahead of you. So you can go ahead and calculate, do your maths, and work out when the girls will be playing and what times you need to set your alarm clock for. So far, the most challenging game of the three is the Sunday game. That is about usually wake up at 5:30 on a Monday morning. So that is a tight one. So what I'll definitely have to do is I'll have to go and get my beauty sleep from the evening hours so that I can wake up in time to give you guys this show. Possibly mean that I can't do a Sunday show. I'll probably have to just replace any Sunday show that I had in mind and just bring it to the match day. And anything that I need to say later on, I could speak to you guys about that on the Monday, right? If needs be. So yeah, you can go ahead and make a little note of who will be playing. Like I said, Spain, Czech Republic, and Australia. And let me know if you guys are looking forward to this. I know that I am 100% looking forward to taking on the likes of Australia, Spain, and the Czech Republic as well. Seeing how this team competes and performs without Bunny. I think Bunny's absence, again, due to personal reasons, you can flip it and turn it into a positive. I have always said that we are far too heavily reliant on our captain. And you need a plan B. You need to figure out what happens if Bunny isn't available. And now we're in that position, or I should say, Lon Donaldson is in that position, and he's going to have to work some magic. He's going to have to not only give us a plan A, but also a plan B as well. And don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling unlike my usual self when it comes to the Reggae Girlz lately. Not feeling as good as I usually feel. I'm still a little bit confused as to what's going on with the team in terms of solidifying our starting 11, knowing our rotational players and so on. I've still yet to figure it out. But hopefully by the end of this 3-game window that we have for the month of February for the international break, we should be able to have like a clearer idea as to how we think Lon Donaldson might play his card. Although he's trying to play things like pretty safe, trying to like hold things close to his chest. Fair play to him. That's probably what he should be doing, but it is like heavily confusing. So Tiffany Cameron and Kayla McCoy come in the team. Who is out? I have no clue who is out. I don't know if he's bringing players along and maybe keeping them on standby because it is a friendly. I don't really know. I don't really know what he's planning on doing, to be honest with you. I don't know what he's planning on doing. Lon Donaldson is difficult to read. Everything is all in preparation for the in preparation for the World Cup, which is the main goal, the main objective. So who knows? He might be just thinking, let's just bring everyone who received their call up and maybe keep players on standby. Australia is a far place, so it's a far way away for anyone, wherever you are in the world, pending that you're not obviously living in Australia or close to Australia. And for all these girls, Australia is going to be a mission for them. You're looking at I check the flights from London to Australia. I was seeing ridiculous because you have to obviously do a stopover. I was seeing 23 hours, 24 hours. That includes the stopover. And yeah, which is why I said expect yourself to be jet lagged because it's bound to happen, right? I did say the Reggae Girlz play Australia and Spain from a long time. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to because it's now gone over half an hour, so I didn't stick to the script. But there is quite a few more bits that I need to get through, and then we could look into having a little brief conversation with you guys on the phone lines. Phone lines is open, but just kindly allow me to just get through the bulk of the show, and then we can just deep dive into. We can just go ahead and deep dive into whatever you guys want to discuss. So let me just keep an eye on my tabs. I have so many tabs open. It's actually becoming a little bit confused. I'm going to close a few of them because they're now not relevant unless you guys want me to do a little recap. I don't think you're going to want me to do that. So I'm going to close a couple of my tabs and just focus on all the ones that are relevant. I usually, if you've been watching my Sunday show, you would know that I tend to focus on or I should say not focus, maybe focus is not the right word. I usually start off the show, the Reggae Girlz review show, weekend review show, that is, by looking at the WSL and then the championship here in England, because obviously that's where I'm based. But I think today I'm gonna change things up. If you guys have an issue with it, then let me know and I'll revert back to doing things how I usually do. But I don't really think that you will, because you're just here for the information, aren't you? So I don't really think you're too fussed about how I deliver the updates to you guys, right? So let's get started. Finally, I think I should be done in under 30 minutes or so. Don't really have much to say with the girls. Few of them are on break with their clubs, and they should be resuming, or I should say their club should be resuming action the next weekend coming up. But we'll get into all of that and more. So let's go to Scotland. Let's see what's happening in Scotland. And you know, if we go to Scotland, you already know who we're there to see. Yes, your eyes aren't fooling you. The scoreline is accurate, and this one is obviously we're looking at Rangers, and that's the club belonging to Kayla McCoy. They did damage today. Half time, the score line was 6-0, guys, and then they went and put 7 past their opponents. and it's frightening stuff. Call it Freaky Friday. Wanna call it Friday the 13th, even though it isn't. It is that type of scoreline. If you cement your eyes on the digits there in relation to Rangers, Kayla McCoy and Rangers both their place in the quarterfinals of the Scottish Cup with a 13-0 hammering over Rossvale. And when I was looking at this game, I was thinking to myself, as a player, how do you react to such brutal hammering? I don't know. You're better than me because I might have to just fake a little hammy and just pull up to the side because I don't think I can have you embarrassing me like that. That's close to 20-0. The double digits, I'm all for the double digits if it's my girls that's doing the damage, if it's my team that's doing the damage. But when you flip the script and you look at the person who's on the receiving end, it's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? 13-0. What a way to exit a cup. And Kayla McCoy and Rangers march on. And that could only be a wonderful thing for Reggae Girlz. Delighted that Kayla McCoy has been called up for the Cup of Nations, as have Tiffany Cameron as well. So you can go ahead and keep your eyes out for those guys. If you're new to the channel and you haven't hit the subscribe button as of yet, I'm not sure why you're deciding to be so stubborn. Please do go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the like button. And whilst you're there, go ahead and hit the notification bell. I guess it's only right for us to take a look at the league table there for Rangers. You can see 0 defeats, 18 games into the season. They're sat on 46 points. Only team to be keeping their unbeaten record alive is the current league leaders. I hope they fall off relatively soon, and that is Glasgow City. They're sitting on 50 points, and sandwiched between Glasgow City and Rangers is Celtic on 47 points. The goal difference in this league is just outrageous, 75 apiece for Rangers and Celtic, and league leaders there, Glasgow City, have a goal difference of 65. It's just madness, right? And just beneath Rangers is Hearts, and that is the club belonging to Vian Sampson. I'm giving you guys some good news today. Why not? This game had me up, keeping my eye on this one. And it started off late. Well, my time is a late one. As you can see, there is 6 p.m. Well into the evening hours, and I was keeping an eye on it, and I was thinking, wow, cracking game, definitely, as it went into extra time. And some more good news there for you, just like Kayla McCoy, Vian Sampson, and Hearts off through to the Scottish Cup quarterfinals of the beaten Patrick Thistle 4-1 in extra time. So there you have it. If you are keeping your eye on all things Rangers and Hearts in the based in Scotland, not just in the Scottish Women's Premier League, but also in their respective cup competition as well. I've got you covered with that one. I'm going to do what I usually do. Lights are killing me. My eyes are hurting. I'm going to try and whiz through this one for you guys. What I'm going to do now, and it just reminds me that I do also need to do some stuff on my Instagram as well before I'll go to my bed. We're going to go over to the WSL Women's Super League. That's the top flight of women's football in England, for those of you who are wondering. I probably sound like a broken record because you guys have heard me repeat myself on a number of occasions. But for those of you who don't know, that is the name of the league. And like I said, top flight of women's football in England. So things have changed since the last time I did a live stream for you guys. Definitely the league positioning from my club has changed. Can't say I'm too happy about that because clearly I'm not happy at all. I'm not a happy bunny. So we can start off with Tottenham, and that is the club belonging to Drew Spence and Rebecca Spencer. You can see if I scroll down, Rebecca Spencer there on the bench. And we also had Drew Spence. Drew Spence with a yellow card to her name. Not as bad as Ella Toon. I don't know if you guys watched that game. I don't know what she was on. She was on absolute madness in this match. Is it a deserved red card? I'll allow you guys to decide. But if you're a regular, you probably want to cover your ears. Probably don't want to hear me read out this scoreline. But if you're keeping your eyes on the screen, then you already know the full-time results. 2-1 to Manchester United at the expense of Drew Spence and Rebecca Spencer. Bethany England cracking on, made a transfer from Chelsea to her rivals there. I don't know if I can even call them rivals because of what Chelsea have done in recent years and what Tottenham haven't done. But I must say that lately, Tottenham have been gathering a bit of there's something about them that is definitely that's definitely caught my eyes outside of wanting Drew Spence and Rebecca Spencer to do well. I think they're recruiting good. They've done some good recruitment, and for the sake of Spence and Spencer, long may it continue for the North London outfit. And if you go over to the other Manchester club that played over the weekend, and we look at Manchester City, that's obviously the club belonging to Khadija Bunny Shaw. Some of you are probably wondering how come she played and she's not part of the squad. Originally, she was part of the squad for our upcoming friendlies there, but like I said, she's unavailable due to personal reasons. Signing off on a positive note, until the league resumes or club football resumes after the international break. And it's a positive scoreline if you are a Manchester City fan or a Khadija Bunny Shaw fan. Just to keep you guys in the loop, Bunny Shaw assisted Manchester City's second goal as the Citizens leapfrogged Arsenal into third place in the WSL. So we can go ahead and take a quick little glance of that league table in a second. Because what we're going to do is see if I can find Brighton. That's the club belonging to Victoria Williams. And I know you guys are going to be wondering, where is she? You can see her there cemented on the bench, and she watched on. Perhaps it's a good thing that she was watching on. Probably a miserable occasion for her, not probably, definitely a miserable occasion for her watching on as her team were handed a 6-2 defeat over Aston Villa. What we can do is go and look at the league table, and that's how things is looking at the moment. Sitting pretty at the top of the table is the red half of Manchester. That's Manchester United. That's another team that is looking quite potent lately. They're sat on 32 points. Closest to them for the time being is the blue half of London, that be it Chelsea, and they're, as Sir Alex once famously called them, the noisy neighbors, are sat in third place on 29 points, and making up the top four. Should be top three, right, if you follow your women's football. But the top four for the time being, Arsenal sat on 26 points. Some encouraging news if you support Arsenal. So Miedema and Mead in training without their leg brace. Both players suffered ACL injuries, and that's, I think it's safe to say, that's plummeted Arsenal's season. They're definitely rocking at the moment. They're on the ropes at the moment. Two pivotal injuries to their team, and they've gone from top to sitting in fourth at the moment. So that being said, they've only lost 2 games. Quite similar to Bunny Shaw and Manchester City. Difference here is that Manchester United and Chelsea have only suffered 1 defeat so far this season. Arsenal, however, do have a game in hand. As you can see, that they've played 12 games, as do Chelsea. Both Manchester club have played 13 games apiece. Right, what are you guys saying in the comment sections? Giving Tottenham a new 100% giving them new confidence. Like I said, they're recruiting well. Some steady recruitment, some good recruitment, I should say, from Tottenham, and it's great for the benefit of Drew Spence and Rebecca Spencer. definitely leapfrog them. It is what it is, isn't it? Have to say certain things with gritted teeth on here at times, but it is what it is. Can't be mad at them. I can't not give you guys what I need to give you in terms of your news and updates, even if it means reading a bit of update there that is a little bit embarrassing from the perspective of my club. But like I said, shout out to the 3 points collectors whose team, both for the men's and the women's, managed to pick up 3 points respectively. All right, so let's go to the second tier of women's football in England, and that just simply means we are looking at life in the championship. We're pretty much controlling the championship, and if I say we, I'm obviously referring to the Reggae Girlz. They're in the driving seat, and long may it continue. I'm gonna start off by giving you guys some welcoming news. And it's been a bit of a torrid time for Crystal Palace and Paige Balaguer. It's looking quite bleak for them. We're beginning to wonder, when is that win going to come? As you can see here, the table doesn't lie, does it? 7 defeats out of 13 games this season. But on a positive, this weekend against Durham, they have returned to winning ways. And long may it continue, because they were on a shocking winless run. So hopefully this is a turning point for them as they close off on the business end of the season. And what we can do is look at the league leaders. I'll allow you guys to take a quick look glance at that. We've occupied, or say we're occupying the top 2 position there. London City belonging to Atlanta Primus, Bristol City belonging to Shania Hales, and in fourth we have Siobhan Wilson, who plays for Birmingham City. So if we go to London City, this was your Reggae Girlz derby. Full-time score reads for itself, doesn't it? You had Atlanta Primus and London City. They secured a 1-0 victory over compatriot Siobhan Wilson and Birmingham City. And this was for the, like I said, second tier of women's football in England. That's life in the championship for you. If we go ahead and look at, let's say, Bristol City, struggling to find the results. There we go. They secured a all-important 3 points over their opponent, Lewis, and it was necessary. Shania Hales and Bristol City, with this result, keep the pressure on compatriot Atlanta Primus and London City, the current league leaders there in the championship. So, it's pretty all right for us so far, isn't it? It can't get much better than that. I mean, as long as these 2 clubs, or if I could say, my dream would be for all 4 clubs belonging to Reggae Girlz to fight things out. But as long as we've sat in the number 1 position, which would mean automatic promotion come the end of the season, then I don't have nothing to complain about. I don't know about you guys, but I most certainly don't have nothing to complain about in that regard. What I'm going to do is just go quickly to elsewhere in Europe. I'm going to see if I could just breeze through this next stage here, and then you guys could phone in if you wish to. What I'm going to do is go over to life in the top division of women's football in France. And if I do that, then you already know where we're looking. It's completely obvious at this point. Looking at PSG and also looking at FC Fluhy, belonging to the Swaby sisters, respectively. I'm going to dive into a few things here for you guys before we move on quite swiftly. PSG, that is now the new home of, in case you missed this one, you probably did, you probably didn't. I think it's a welcome move, pending that it all works out in her favor. That is the temporary home there for Alison Swaby. And you can see here, Paris Saint-Germain is pleased to announce the arrival of Alison Swaby. And she signed on loan from Angel City FC until June 2023. So signing off in time to go and tackle her opponents at this year's Women's World Cup. And I'm hoping that this one works in her favor, because I think we've definitely sat here and discussed um Angel City and the fact that she wasn't getting minutes. So she got minutes in drips and drabs. Wouldn't really call it minutes, really. But it just simply wasn't good enough for a player who wants to compete at this year's Women's World Cup and also wants to reach her maximum potential, her full potential. Hope you guys can hear me clearly in the comment section. My microphone's changing colors, but hopefully you guys can still hear me. And you can see there that PSG, again, that is the new temporary home for Alison Swaby. They're currently situated there in second place in the top division of women's football in France. And if you cast your eyes down into the fourth position, you have the baby Swaby, Chantal Swaby. She belongs to FC Fluhy, and they are currently sat in fourth. So if we click on PSG, next time that you guys get to catch a glimpse of, hopefully, Alison Swaby with her new temporary club, this let's call it next weekend or possibly the weekend after. It's probably going to be jet lag if we're being honest with ourselves, right? After the international break. So I'll probably say maybe March, could be wrong. Might see her get a couple minutes under her belt. But the league resumes there. In France, the top division in France, all things resume as of Sunday, the 26th. And what that means, if I go to the league table and look at FC Fluhy, that's the club belonging to Chantal Swaby. They also resume on that said weekend. So they resume action after the international break on February the 25th. So again, based off the fact that they're going to be in contention down under, probably only likely to see them the following week, right? I don't know. Hope she don't go back to Angel City. Good evening to yourself, Mr. Devon Porter. Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you. Thank you for your support. I'm going to try and stream that one for you guys. I hope so too. You know, no disrespect to Angel City, but there's no point being at a club if you're just there to keep the bench warm. No disrespect to Alison Swaby, obviously, but I think she deserved more. You want to see her competing as you did when she played for AS Roma. You want to see her name in the starting 11 week in, week out. And another player who's been on the move, I'm going to touch on that in a bit actually. Since I'm in France, I might as well just go ahead and, if I can find the club that I'm looking for, GPSO Issy. I'm going to brush past this one. Good news that I can say is that Denden was in the starting 11. That's the positive. What's not so positive, though, is the full-time score. They were handed a 3-0 defeat against their opponents in today's action, and they resumed to action in life in the second division of French football next weekend, the 22nd, which will be a Sunday. And we're going to pretend that this scoreline didn't happen for obvious reason. Instead, we're going to go over to the Czech Republic. And if we're going to the Czech Republic, you should know who we're heading there to see, because I'm pretty sure I must sound like a broken record at this point. The amount of times that we have discussed certain players and their respective teams. So let's see if I could get something up for you guys. Google is misbehaving at the moment. I had it up for you guys earlier on. I think I might have to let's see. Okay, it's deciding to cooperate with me now, thankfully, after patiently trying again and again and again. All right, so Previously, you guys would have heard me take a quick look glance at the comments section. Good evening to yourself, Mr. Baker. Yeah, informative. It's very kind of you. Thank you. Happy to see you tuned in. Hope you're enjoying the show. Hope you've hit the like and subscribe button as well. So yeah, let's go over and bring up this is life in the Czech Republic, top division. First division here for the Women's Football League in the Czech Republic. So previously, you would have heard me completely hammer the league leaders, Sparta Praha. But now I've been forced to hold my horses. I can't do that no more. And I know you guys know the reason why I could no longer hate on this team. Before I was heavily hating for the sake of Slavia Prague. Slavia Prague is the club belonging to Alika Keen. As you can see there, they were on an unbeaten run until their nosy rivals interfered. There's a defeat there, one defeat in 11. They're sat on 28 points, only a 1 point difference between Slavia Prague and the league leaders, Sparta Praha. Sparta Praha is the new club belonging to one of my favorite players. And I can say that with tremendous confidence because she is one of my favorite players. I don't have a favorite reggae girl, oddly enough. But I do have some favorites here and there. Don't think that's a secret, right? And if I'm talking about someone, you must know who it is. You must be able to recognize that wonderful smile. That is our goalkeeper, Sydney Schneider. And what I liked about this announcement was this little paragraph here, which I pretty much highlighted earlier on because I wanted to read it back to you guys. It's quite I think they're saying the same thing that we've said about Alison Swaby and Sydney Schneider, that we just wanted so much more from them. If it means moving to another club, then so be the case. And thankfully, they've gone ahead and they've done exactly that. Mr. Knight Rider, you've gone ahead and you've made my week. Thank you. You're an absolute blessing. I'm gonna do a separate show on Jade Bailey for you. Definitely going to do a special show there for Jade Bailey for you. But thank you for your generosity. You've covered my travel. London is so expensive that you'd be amazed to know that that actually covers part of my travel for one day at least. So thank you so much for your kindness, and I hope you're not driving, because you did say that you was driving earlier on. I hope that you've at least reached your destination. If you haven't, then I hope you arrive safe and sound in one piece. That's the most important thing. I don't want no more bad news for 2023, guys. So either myself or you guys. I was gonna say either myself or family, but I kind of feel like we're one big family. So I'm just going to say either myself or family. And if I say that, then you guys should know that you're included as well. Right. So they said, and this is Sparta Praha, by the way, current league leaders, they're undefeated in the top division of women's football in the Czech Republic. Sydney Schneider, I slated your club. I'm not even going to lie to you. I slated your club, your new club, so many times. But please understand, this is before you joined them. I was hating heavily, all for the sake of Alika Keen. But now I'm going to have to balance things out and just spread the love. So they said, and I really like this from them because it resonates quite well with the rest of us. They said, at the club level, after completing her studies, she worked for the Washington Spirits. And I like the language, she worked for the Washington Spirit, because I've always said football is essentially these players 9 to 5. So they're right. When you say work, people probably thinking, is that the right language to use? But it is. It's not a 9 to 5, but she is going to work. So they said she worked for the Washington Spirit and Kansas City clubs. With Washington in 2001, she was able to win the American Professional NWSL competition. With Kansas, she has a silver from the same competition in October 2022. However, we should add that in both engagements, she did not fulfill the role of the number one between the sticks. It says number one between the 3 poles, but it's pretty much the same thing that they're trying to say, right? But she now has all the more motivation to succeed in Sparta. And I love that. I love that last line. She now has all the more motivation to succeed in Sparta. They're saying all the right words, and I hope that they can stand by it. But nevertheless, at least for now, we can say that they're quite analytical because they've picked up on things that we've picked up on. You've got a superb goalkeeper at your disposal. Again, one of my favorite players. And I really do want to see her nail down her name in that starting 11 between the sticks. Goalkeepers, they have such a torrid time. Probably the worst position on a football pitch is to be a goalkeeper, especially when you're new to a club. If they've already got a number one and that person is in form, he or she's in form, you've got your work cut out for you because you have to be outstanding either in training, in a cup competition, or dare I say, I know no player is going to hope for an injury, but you might have to wait for an injury to come your way before you can solidify yourself between the sticks. So hopefully for Sydney Schneider, this is it for her. She deserves to be playing week in, week out because to me, she's a world-class keeper, world-class player, and all round a lovely person as well. So I hope that this is it and she can just kick on. I'm not going to be too mad at what happens in the top flight of women's football in the Czech Republic, whether Sydney team wins it or whether her rivals, the Lika Keens, Slavia Prague wins it. It doesn't really matter to me, just as long as a Reggae Girl is crowned champion. What I can do now, it looks like I have almost come to the bottom of my list. And with that, you guys, let's say give it another 5 minutes and you can phone in, or if not, I will return the phone calls there. I know phone was ringing earlier on, so I could easily return the phone calls. Let's just backtrack actually and talk about Kayla McCoy and also Tiffany Cameron as well. If I go back and look at Kayla McCoy, a player that is quite a bit like your Tiffany Cameron, is diverse, can be played in a number of position. Let me know if you guys fancy seeing Kayla McCoy slumped back or slotted, I should say, back into midfield, a bit like what we saw under Vin Blaine, or are you saying you just want her as an out and out forward? Let me know what you guys prefer. She has been looking steady as per usual there in for Rangers. I'm just trying to get up something here for you guys for let's go back. Let me get that up properly. Should look at a couple of their results in recent weeks. You would have seen this one if you're keeping a close eye on Rangers. She bagged a brace recently. This was on the 5th of February. Not uncommon or unusual to see Kayla McCoy scoring left, right, and center. But that's just wonderful to see. Obviously, we're in a World Cup year and it is pretty sticky. I wouldn't want to be in any of these players' position because you need to be working your socks off at club level. Possibly need to be a little bit of a favorite where the manager or the head coach is concerned at international level. But just stay focused, keep doing what you're doing. That's all you can do, really. You can't do more than that. Just stay focused. Keep shining. Be so good that you're hard to ignore. I think when you have players of the caliber of your McCoy and your Cameron and what they do at club level, it must be difficult. You must have you scratching your head. I don't think they're easy players for you to just bypass. And if anyone can tell me different, then I would love to hear your opinion because I think those are two players that will give you something to think about on any given day. And if we just go over to Hungary, this is top flight of women's football in Hungary here, and this is the league belonging to Tiffany Cameron and also Marlo Sweatman as well. Marlo Sweatman's team, Victoria, they're currently sat in 6th. And if I click on their fixtures, got all important date in the diary to look forward to. They have the Hungarian women's quarterfinals coming up on the 8th of March. So best of luck to Marlo Sweatman with that one. Fancy seeing you in another final. Would love to see Marlo and Victoria FC in another final, and hopefully it will be alongside the team that is sat in second position at the moment. It's just outrageous what the league leaders are doing, isn't it? 98 as the goal difference. They're on a points tally of 36. So 5 better than Eto FC. That's the club belonging to Tiffany Cameron. I'm hoping they can retain their trophy. Like I said, where the Reggae Girls are concerned, I really couldn't care less if it's Tiffany Cameron or Marla Sweatman that wins it, just as long as it's a Reggae Girl that gets their hands on the Hungarian Cup, this year's Hungarian Cup, and they have a day in the diary. And this one says it says to the 20. I thought I was misreading this one earlier when I was like, surely not. I don't know if we're going to see Tiffany in this one, because that date's a little bit too close for comfort, given that she has 3 games to look forward to for her team at international level where the Reggae Girls is concerned, right? But I'm guessing even with minutes presented to her, I mean, you're bound to be jet lag, right? So we might see her actually. Hopefully, I'm greedy, so I'm gonna say, hopefully, she will be in contention in that match. That's another date for you guys to put in the back of your diaries. Saturday, the 25th of February. Look out for that one. And whilst we are on the topic of Tiffany Cameron, you guys probably would have noticed by looking at can you guys notice? Need to look back a bit. Yeah, you guys are probably looking and wondering what does this mean fitness wise. It's easy to identify, isn't it? I'm trying to give you guys a bit of clarity and transparency. You could clearly see here that the last game there was played towards club level that we're dealing with here in terms of the competitive elements towards the latter stages of last year, way back in December. But some good news, she has been in contention, playing a number of games for Eto FC, and playing some friendlies that you guys obviously can't see on screen because women's football still has a long way to go. I'd like to go on Google, and despite whether it's a competitive game or a non-competitive game, still be able to look at the teams that played, who played who scored what, who assisted what, and so on. Okay, so to bring you guys up to speed, despite the league being on a little break there, they will be resuming action, like I said, from the 25th of February onwards. She has, however, been involved in 4 games, and you'll be pleased to know that Cameron did secure 2 goals and 2 assists over the 4 games there. 70 minutes for the first game and 90 minutes for the other 3. So, sharpshooter, she should have her shooting boots on, to say the least, when she meets up with her teammates. Again, safe travel to the Reggae Girls. They'll be traveling tomorrow, so I hope that they land safe and sound. Miss Brown, you're clapping. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Must be something good. But she did well in midfielder. I mean, if we're saying that we're not going to see her as a forward, now that Bunny is unavailable, we may very well see a rotation between, pending that Shania Hales is still part of the squad, because I don't know. I really know what's going on with our team these days, to be honest with you. Might see a. That's what I mean, though. It's still a lot of chop and change, isn't it? Is it a case of chopping between Cameron, Hales, McCoy, I don't really know. Let's just wait and see. I can't be asked to rattle my brain. I want to see Donaldson use Trudy Carter as an attacking midfielder. That's coming from Trudy Carter's #1 fan. So I don't think that we're surprised by that comment, are we, people? The headline does read for itself. Bunny Shaw bossing it in the WSL, Kayla McCoy and Unbreakable Rangers march on in the Scottish Cup. All that and more. I think I've covered quite a lot in just over, I say just over an hour. I've been speaking at you guys for almost 1 hour and 15 minutes. I still have my socials to do before I get my beauty sleep. It's now quarter to 11. So I do need to get on my skates once and for all and close off on this live stream. But before I do that, let me go ahead and return a phone call that came through earlier on. And then I'm going to say good night to you all before I forget my manners. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's live stream. Cannot grow this channel without you guys and your involvement. Also, happy Valentine's Day in advance. The big day for some of you. It's on Tuesday. I hope you've bought your loved ones their flowers and their necessary gifts. Do treat them nice. If they deserve it, that is. If they don't, then it's just another day in it. But yes, happy Valentine's Day in advance, guys. Thank you for showing me nothing but love. And I hope that you guys can feel the love coming from myself as well. All right, so let me go ahead and return this phone call. Someone asked, why am I wearing the sunglasses? Because I have an on and off headache and the lights. It's not easy looking at lights beaming at you for an extensive length of time, be it 20 minutes, half an hour, most certainly after an hour, it starts to hurt. I'm trying to return a call to Philip Beckford, but it's saying calling and not ringing, which isn't a good sign. So, Mr. Beckford, I did try to return your phone call. I'm going to let this one ring out. And if I don't get through to you, then maybe it's a case of us speaking on another live stream. Don't think we're in luck tonight, guys. But yeah, thank you to those of you. How many of you have hit the like button? 32 of you have hit the like button. I don't think we've hit 32 at this viewers at one point during this live stream. So to have 32 likes is actually pretty impressive. So thank you for doing that. Yeah, I don't think we're getting through to Mr. Beckford there, guys. So, but at least I tried. I'm gonna try once more to see what happens. But I don't think it's going to go through. I'm gonna give myself maybe another let's say if we can give him maybe 2 more minutes. Maybe by then, maybe it's a drop in internet connection. He might call back. He might not. If not, you guys can catch me on another live stream. My eyes are burning, by the way, and I'm going to be wrapping things up. Yeah, but with our gaffer, it's not exactly predictable, is he? You could do anything. He's not predictable at all. And yeah, and also Matthews as well. Matthews slipped my mind unintentionally. So though I do think Matthews' name will be one of the first names on the starting 11. So that's probably why I didn't pick Matthew's name out the hat. So yes, I don't know what Lon Donaldson's going to do because he's not exactly predictable, and perhaps he shouldn't be predictable, should he? Definitely not be predictable. Something came through on my phone earlier on with regards to might as well give you guys an update whilst I'm here. Says here 1-0 Jamaica. They're playing against Cuba. We're looking at the CONCACAF U17's men's championship, by the way. So that result came through almost half an hour ago, guys. almost half an hour ago. Jamaica 1-0 up. I think that goal was scored in the 22nd minute. Jamali Bell, the goal scorer, according to the information that's popped up on my phone. So we're looking good at the moment, and long may it continue. So Beckford has called back, so I'm gonna put him on loudspeaker. How are you? Happy New Year. I haven't spoken to you in a couple of months. How are you?
Yeah, good night. I know it's a while now. Because the same problem I'm having with YouTube is not giving me the notification.
That's fine. That's
But
fine.
I'm glad I did today because I was able to catch a show from earlier.
Your background sounded a little bit echoey. Where are you?
I'm inside at the moment.
Okay, I can hear you a little bit clearer now. What's your thought on the program? What did you want to discuss?
It's an interesting one. I like what was discussed earlier and the fact that you're bringing us updates on how the girls performing across the different leagues that they are in, which is good there. For the most part, they are doing well so far. They are doing excellent so far in their leagues, and I just wish that that continue. And also, as it continue, there is no news of any injuries as we go forward, knowing that World Cup is coming up. And we have some friendlies where the girls can showcase to the coach that they are ready to go and pumped up for this World Cup. The teams that they are playing against, I must comment that I don't know if I should really credit KFF, but I'm going to give them some credit. For those friendlies, against some really good team, and what I've noticed, they have showed us where they are ranked, and it seems like all three of them are ranked higher than the regular, which is good to know that we're playing against stiffer competition, and that's good preparation going into the World Cup. Kudos to that. So that is good, and this squad selected is it's okay to me. I wish I was available, but personal reason we don't know what, so we cannot because I know that Shaw will not miss a chance to represent that country. So things are going great so far, and I like what I'm seeing and hearing about the Reggae Girlz. So we're just hoping that in this friendly, they come out and play good football and also upset these because at the moment I think those teams are favourite. But I hope that when we play them, it's the opposite. We play as if we are higher ranked than them.
Yeah.
So what I want them to do, come out and do not be afraid. Just go out there and play football. Doesn't matter your opposition and how far ranked they are. What matters is how you play and what you do on the field. So I just want the girls them to go there with a winning mentality and go there believing that they can do it and get the job done.
I agree with you. Yeah, and it could easily be one of the very few or maybe last opportunity for a couple of the girls to prove themselves to the gaffer as well. So hopefully they go out there and grab the opportunities, I should say, given that it's presented to them with both hands. And hopefully if they do that, hold themselves accountable, give applaudable performances across the 3 games, then who knows, they might put themselves in contention to be selected for the Women's World Cup rosters squad.
Yeah, that's right. But I honestly about the defense. I would really like to know that the defense the players playing in the defensive part will improve a lot and also perform better than what they normally do because I really want to see some improvements in the defensive department.
Yeah.
The forward don't they are having a good season. So I am confident that I am very confident that they can get the job done because they are doing well in their leagues and they're scoring, they are contributing to the goals as well. So and it seems that they are in good form. So I just want that form to transit to this match. And at the end of the day, the result is pleasing to the eyes. So we're looking forward to. I just wish I could watch it on the TV, but
Yeah, I'd have no idea where I'm going to watch it myself. But like I said, I'm gonna try and give you guys live streams on the three games. Don't know how I'm going to make it possible. But I'm gonna try and see if I can get something done for you guys. If not, we might have to keep it old school, a bit like I did for one of the games. I can't remember which game it was, where I was literally had to take it back old school and just be reading the results to you guys. Better than nothing. Hopefully it won't be that option and we can watch the game together. But I'll try and see if I can give you guys live streams for those three games.
okay. And probably the time I see if the match will be played is not the best for you based on your schedule and so on. But I know you always go far and beyond more than 100% just to give up the ladies and the girls. So even if that is not possible, we understand, we appreciate your effort because as you said, you always try your best to give us the latest.
Thank
And
you.
in this case, we very much understand the
Thank you. I think realistically speaking, there's only one game. I think it's the Sunday game that is a little bit troubling for me. It might be a case of me ending the live stream and then just leaving out for work, which I have done before. So I might have to do that again. Like I said, it would just mean I will have to just sleep during the daytime on Sunday and then give you guys the live stream pending that I can find it.
okay. That's okay. As long as as I said, we appreciate it. No matter what the outcome is.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
But also, I want to say that Khadija Shah is adapting well to City. It's I think this is her second season now, yes. And she have stepped up as a number 9 in the team. Just that sometimes I'm upset with the fact that she's probably missing too much. Not really that, but strikers do miss, and we should expect that. But what I'm upset the most is that sometimes when I see her trying her best to bring her to win it for the side, the defense keep on letting down the outcome of the game. For example, that first match against Aston Villa, yes, they are playing good this season, and I'm surprised they are playing so good so far. But Shaw contributed to the goal, but it showed that the defense is not at their best at the moment, and that is not good. It doesn't make sense. One side of the field is doing well, and the other is letting down the side that is doing well in a game that is crucial. We don't want it that case where they're defending heavily on Khadija Shaw. We have seen some cases where Shaw is not on the score sheet or she's not able to assist, but the result is not good, knowing that we have lost a couple games, yes. The draw game that we should have won. But as I said, we don't want to see Shaw in a side that is depending too much on her because the other girls are not pulling their weight.
Mm. Mm. It's difficult when you're a marquee player for argument's sake, that's what it's going to come down to. It's like when you have a player who's in form, like a Marcus Rashford, people are going to be dependent on him. Fans are going to depend on him to deliver. Coach is going to depend on him to deliver, and it's his teammates and him as well. So it's a difficult one. I guess that's what comes with being that caliber of player. When you have a certain pedigree within you, people expect you to deliver. You expect yourselves to deliver. It is unfair, but it's just all part of the game. I get what you're saying. You don't want particularly maybe at international level not to be too heavily reliant on money, but that's what comes with being a superstar. People will look to you. Yes, it might be unfair, but unfortunately that's just part of the nature of the game.
Yes, it is. And it seems like that player from Western Villa, Daddy, she's giving a run for the golden boot. But I hope that at the end of the season, Shaw will end up with the most goals because in the long run it will look good for her, the club, and also Jamaica as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Me too. I hope so too. I will be back. Blair video, yes. To answer your questions. Yes, I'll be looking to do that pending that it is available. I'm gonna try and come back and see you guys during the week. I say try. Why am I saying that I will be back to see you guys during the week? If I can just look at my calendar quickly. Bear with me there, guys. I will be back to see you guys. I don't know why I said that. I will be back to see you guys during the week, throughout the week, I should say. The Thursday game's probably not as painful as it could be. That one is a 10 past 5 a.m. kickoff for me. Sunday is the more painful one because that's call it a 4 a.m. kickoff. I don't know if I can see that one through, but I'm going to try and complete that one if it's available for the Cup of Nations. I will be having to close off on tonight's live stream, guys. Mr. Beckford, thank you so much for calling in. It's great to hear from you after such a long time, but we'll be able to continue our conversation during the week. And hopefully you have a smashing week, and I'm sure we'll catch up, like I said, during the week for other live streams.
Okay, thank you very much, and I'm glad that I'm able to participate this time.
No problem. No
Have a
problem.
great weekend as well. And I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. My weekend's come to an end. I'm now it's just gone past 11, so I'm one step closer to the dreaded Monday morning. I can't wait for Monday to come and go. So yeah, I'm on some crazy shift this week, guys. So it's gonna be a challenging week for me, but I'm sure I'll be able to pull through. So I hope you guys in the comment section, I hope you all have a smashing week. Enjoy your Sunday. If you haven't eaten, I hope you eat for both of us. I haven't had any more alerts, so it seems like Jamaica is still leading Cuba 1-0 in the CONCACAF U17s championship there. I've not seen no further updates. Let me just check something on my phone before I close off for you guys. Yeah, no further updates. So it seems like that goal, like I said, was scored in the 22nd minute. And hopefully we're able to ride this one out because we would love to see our boys compete at the U17s World Cup. And like I said, I'm going to be back during the week. I'm going to have to go and update my socials before I go to my bed. So, Mr. Beckford, I'll speak with you again on another live stream, okay?
Okay, take care and enjoy.
Thank you. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Bye-bye. Right, guys, in the comment section, thank you for tuning in. Night Rider, thank you for your generosity there. Like I said, you've definitely helped to pay for one of my travel for this coming week. So thank you. Definitely appreciate it. I won't forget your Jade Bailey video. Blair, good evening to yourself. Again, to answer your question, I will be doing exactly that. And to all of you guys in the comment section, I hope I haven't missed anyone. You might want to make your way across the rest of the YouTube community. I'm not going to tell you where to go because I don't want to seem like I've got favorites, but there are a few guys in the YouTube community that's doing a live watch along for the U17s. That's the men's side of the game for the CONCACAF Championship. So you might want to go and keep an eye on one of their YouTube channel. Better yet, maybe if you're just in the mood to want to watch the game is actually on the CONCACAF YouTube channel. You might need a VPN to tune into that one. So you've got the best of both worlds. You can either watch the game itself or you can tune into one of our fellow YouTubers. Make sure it is one of the Jamaican YouTubers that you're tuning into from our community. Or better yet, if you don't want to do that and you're too tired, just head over to their channel and go ahead and hit that like button. Yes, it is being shown on. It's 47 minutes on the clock at the moment, and we're still leading Cuba 1-0. Like I said, that one there is on the CONCACAF YouTube channel. Free to watch if you're in the UK. If you're elsewhere, you might need a VPN. Right, and I've come to the end of my live stream. Thank you so much for sitting with me for the best part of over 1 hour and 33 minutes. Like I said, I'm back after being absent for about 2 months. Sorry for the long-awaited return. Thank you to you guys for blessing me with a moment of your time. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday evening. Take care for the dreaded Monday morning. We're all in the same boat. If you're out and about on your journey, I hope that you make it home safe and sound. If you're new to the channel, please do go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. And you know how it goes. Until next time, take care.
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.